Can we just talk for a minute? It's about pay-per-view time, yeah. Ignore me. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a really, really good mood today, and I don't know why. But anyway, what is up? It's your boy JNW Boss in the building. Please don't turn away after that. But we are here for another edition of JNW versus the World. It's a universe mode themed podcast, and I had Cole on here last time. It was great, and this is episode 3 of JNW versus the World, where we scour the globe and see what other universes has to offer. And this time we're kind of staying home. We're kind of staying in my world here as we go over my thoughts on the build of Last Stand and Conquer All, since we're done with the go-home show. Go-home shows, all that has already happened for both shows, and now we're just in the process of getting them out to the whole world to see. So there you go. That's what we're in the process of doing right now. As far as any other key things I need to point out? Oh, again, huge thanks to my friend for providing the base picture here. For those that didn't see it the last time, again, one of my friends hooked me up with this base picture. Appreciate her very much for that. If you want to be on the podcast in any way, hit me up in Twitter. My Twitter link will be down there at JNWBoss98. And I feel I should go ahead and say this now, because I had someone tag me in something saying versus the world. Listen, with all due respect, if I want you on, I will ask. I already have a couple of people in mind. One of them is going to be a guest soon, J-Dog. I'm looking to get him as a guest at some point. So, if I want you on, if you want to hit me up. Feel free. But if you want to be on the podcast, I'll ask you. I'll reach out, maybe see what you got. If you want to hit me up, fine, sure. I'll think about it. And if I want you on, I'll put you on. And if not, then, well, life. That's how life is, man. So, anyway, you want to hit me up about anything podcast related, you want to be on, whatever, hit me up on Twitter right down there. With nothing else specifically, I'm looking to get this podcast out today. Last Stand will be coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. EST. Or I think that, was it 7:30? Hold on a second. Gotta double check on that. 7:30, was it 7:30 Eastern Standard Time? Let me see. I think it was. Was it 7:30? Yeah, 7:30. 7:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So I hope to see you guys there. And with no further key information to give out, let's get into the build. Let's do Last Stand first. I'll go match by match, give my thoughts on the build. And you guys can give your thoughts on the build too. Give your honest thoughts here on the build. This is a kayfabe breaking podcast. So this is a kayfabe breaking podcast. So if this isn't your style, click away now. Or if you're only here to hear what AOA build is, maybe because you only watch AOA or whatever, then there will be a timestamp down there in the comment section, the pinned comment, for you to check out just the AOA one, or, well, the AOR one, because I'm sitting there running my mouth here. So, timestamp will be down there. You want to hit me up on Twitter, feel free. That will be down there too. And with no further lining, let's get into this build. AOR Last Stand. First pay-per-view for Season 2. Coming off of a successful Live On pay-per-view, which, to my humble opinion, I thought Last Stand, or Live On, was a little bit of the better show than Armageddon. Because I think all matches on Live On delivered, as opposed to Armageddon, which not all of them did. But then again, the spectacle of Armageddon could probably make that a better show in theory just to watch, as opposed to Live On. But that's your take. Your take, mine. I thought Live On was the better done show. Just me. Anyways, last thing. Let's kind of go match by match here, and I can give my thoughts on the build and everything. I'm not going in any particular order here. I'm just coming with the first one that comes to mind. Right, Haley and Gloria versus Sassy and Candy Vega. I thought the build for this it started out good because Haley faced Candy. I think. No, it was the second. Was it the season premiere? No, I don't think it was it. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know if it was the season premiere or the second episode. But Haley faced Candy, and then after that, we had Sassy and Candy attack Haley. Something I think I should have did was to actually maybe show Haley talking to Gloria, or Gloria approaching Haley saying, hey, you need some backup to deal with these two or whatever. Then Haley could have kind of shrugged her off at first, but then Gloria, being the AOR veteran, could have said, you might need some backup around here. So I could have did that, should have did that, honestly. That one I should have did. And then after that, I was inadvertently more focused on the side story that I have them in Vegas and trying to kiss up to Chloe and everything. So inadvertently I got caught up in the side story between those two that I kind of threw the build for this match under the bus. So that was a mistake on my part. So the build for that match, if I were to rate it out of, here we go. Bingo. That's how I'm going to do it. I just came up with that idea on the fly. I will rate the build for these matches out of 5. 5, perfect, great, awesome build. Of course, 0 being, bro, I wouldn't have even known the match existed have you said it. My personal build rating for this is about 2 stars because it started out good, but the problem is I didn't keep that same energy. I didn't keep that same momentum for this match. I didn't. I really, really didn't. So I think overall, the match is gonna be, well, watch the show. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna watch the show. You'll see what I did there. You'll see what I did. It's going to be something a little bit different. It's going to allow the story to continue a little bit. Just watch. But 2 stars for the build because it really could have been better. A couple of plot points could have been addressed. I had one cool moment with them during the build where after Haley wins the match, Candy or Sassy comes out, distracts Haley, and then Candy just brutalizes her afterwards. So I think that would really kind of set up the tag match in the first place. But it was, I should have built more from there. Maybe the Vegas come out, cut a promo or whatever. But I got so caught up in the side storyline that main one for the pay-per-view kind of got thrown under the bus. So my build for this, 2 out of 5. Could have been better, but it is what it is. Y'all should like what comes with it, though, so keep that in mind. Alright, Evan West versus Austin Kazarian. Okay build? Again, it was one that started good and then just fell off. Like, it started because Evan was awarded the Global Championship. And then Kaden Miles came out, who was flanked with Austin Kazarian. He came out flanked with him. The problem was there was really no explanation on why that match was happening. I mean, I think I gave an exclamation on commentary because Austin Kazarian got involved in the finish, what caused the match to be made in the first place. So it makes sense why the match is happening. It's just the build for it. It just hasn't been great. Like, in fact, I don't think they were on the previous 2 episodes. I don't think. I had Evan and Aaron in a kind of forming an alliance against those 2. And I had Evan and Aaron face the Cabal one week. But the build for this match, again, could have been better. It wasn't amazing. This one, honestly, I think this one fell off more than the one for the tag match that I just mentioned with Haley and Gloria versus Candy and Sassy. So, to me, I thought that build could have been a heck of a lot better than it is, and I can see the hype match for this level being a little bit low, especially if you're new. Now, if you've been here a minute, you might be kind of hyped for this one because some of y'all may remember Austin Kazarian, and for those that have been watching AOR, Evan has been just great. I'm still trying to figure out something to do with him to give him a little bit more of a nuance to his character, you know what I mean? I'm still trying to think of something with him, and I probably want to do something with him and Aaron. Maybe make him a tag team or something, I'm not sure. I need to give a little bit more nuance to some of these characters. So Evan is definitely one who I can do it with. Same with Aaron, especially after their best of 5. So I can definitely get some more nuance to them. Kazarian, I think he's in a good role right now. Coming back, trying to make a name for himself, and him and Kaden got the whole thing of they've both been in the position where they felt like management was holding them down. So I like that, and I'm going to kind of run with that a little bit, see how far the wind takes me on that one. But as far as the build for this match, 2 for that. It was okay. Actually, no, I kind of want to give it less, like maybe 1 star for that one. Build for that match wasn't good. Build for that match was not good at all. Like, again, it was a case of like, you probably wouldn't remember that match had I not either A, showed you the match card graphics 3 or 4 times, or B, or if you like maybe just brand new, I can see why you wouldn't even know that match was happening. So, my fault. Another tag match. This one for the tag title. This one for the tag team title. The Cabal versus the Family. I thought the build was decent for this one. The Family finally beats the Crew, who kind of been having this side alliance with the Cabal, really. And you'll see you've seen a little bit more of that. You'll see a little bit more of that. So there you go. Then Taskmaster, he said, he's using, basically the Cabal is using the Family as a warm-up since they're just getting back from their crazy ladder match that they had at Live On against the Millennium Riders, which was a lit match. If y'all have not seen it, go check that match out. Definitely a highlight of season 1 for AOR. So go check that ladder match out. But that's basically what this thing is. And so since then, Alex has been trying to change himself, change his whole motto, his mindset, got his hair did differently, moved different, all that stuff. Changed all of that. And so with that, he's trying to rub that off on Brandon. He's telling Taskmaster that they're not a joke. And then Taskmaster, playing a little bit of mind games on the most recent episode, went up to Brandon, told him, hey, basically just punked him out, essentially. So I think the build's been decent. I think, given the story of the Family already, how they came in looking like a joke and everything, I think the hype is going to be real for that one. People are going to be I think people are going to be kind of looking forward to that match. I'm guessing most likely they're going to be looking forward to that match to see how bad the Family does. If they do bad at all, given the history. But you guys will see that one. I'm going to try not to mess around and get too comfortable and spoil stuff. So that's why I'm hesitating a bit. But if they do bad at all. So I think the build for that match, it was solid. Solid build for a tag title feud. It wasn't bad. 3 stars. I'll give credit there. Women's championship match. Kimiko and Carmen. Not a ton of build here. Carmen got in the face of Kimiko a couple of times. Kimiko did own a victory over Ashley and Chloe. So there was that, and kind of build her up and kind of insert her as that, the next number 1 contender. So I did a good job at doing that. I showed Carmen's dominance. I showed Kimiko's dominance, but they lacked any type of interaction with each other. Maybe because I haven't had Kimiko talk, and for some reason I don't want Kimiko to talk yet. I don't know why. That's probably why, because I don't want Kimiko to talk yet. So that was the thing there. But not a ton of build for this match. I'm mainly just building this kind of off the history that they had of Carmen taking Kimiko out of action. But maybe Carmen should have cut a promo or something, or just reminded people of what she did to her and whatever. So build could have been better because it was close to non-existent. So 1 star for the build for that. So, in fact, I'm actually kind of glad I'm doing this, reflecting on the build. That way I have an audio way for me to kind of go back and say, oh, wait, I didn't do this last time to build this match, so let me try inserting this in here. But for those Universe Mode creators, y'all know it's hard to get everything in. It is. It's hard to get everything in because you're trying to push your main storyline and you're trying to push all this other stuff. And sometimes some stuff just gets lost in the shuffle of things. Some stuff just gets lost in the development of stuff. So I guess that's where on commentary you gotta bring it and remind people, hey, this is happening. And that's why I showed the match card as much as I did, for that reason right there. Because I know if I didn't, some people probably would have forgotten this match was happening. So let me think. But women's tag covered. Austin Kazarian versus him covered. The Falls Count bingo, Fall Count Anywhere. I don't think I covered it. I might have. I hope I didn't. But if I did, sorry. If I didn't, I'm covering this to save my own backside, so just skip over this if I did already. Fall Count Anywhere. Ashley versus Chloe. Decent build. Decent. I thought it was a decent build. I could have switched a couple of elements around here. I like what I did. I could have switched them around, though. Like, I could have had the face-to-face promo between those two on episode 3 and not episode, I think, 2 when I had it between those two. So I could have switched a couple of things around. I had Chloe cost Ashley a match. That was the most recent thing. I've also had Chloe kind of wrapped in a side storyline with the Vegas, as I mentioned before. They got into a little brawl. They got into a brawl on one episode in which Chloe beat the daylife out of Ashley. So there was that. So decent build. I probably could have added a couple of things and switched a couple of things up to make the build really, feel something, because I think it's lacking that intensity as far as the build goes, and given the rivalry, it should be seen as a little bit more of a bigger deal than it is. You know what I mean? But I think you guys are gonna like the result. I think you guys are gonna like how the match itself turned out. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. And well, again, I'm not gonna say too much. We're just gonna move on. Build for that 3. It was okay. It was good enough, but I could have switched a couple of things around to make it even better. Okay. Now, I think if I covered everything, Fuck Anywhere covered, tag match covered, both tag matches covered. Kazarian versus Evan covered. Carmen versus Kimiko covered. Sorry about that. Carmen versus Kimiko covered. And now we cover the main event, what is sure to be the main event of the show. RJ Miles versus JB in the no disqualification submission match for the AOR World Championship. This, to me, had the best build out of all these matches on this card, because it started immediately after Live On. RJ went up to JB, challenged him face-to-face, man-to-man, mano-a-mano, acting for this match, got jumped, sets up the whole thing of the bounty, and then JB, he kind of clears his name of it. Then RJ brings in Nate and Dwayne to kind of assist him a bit, and so then they had a lit 6-man tag about the previous episode, 2 episodes ago. They had a lit 6-man tag We kind of inserted Brandino in there to give him something to do. And then, of course, you had RJ talking to Dwayne and JB talking to Big Mac about the whole thing. And then finally we bring it all together with the face-to-faces those two had on the previous episode, in which RJ and JB just dug into each other, with RJ finishing off the promo with the... You know what? No, I want y'all to go watch that promo yourself. It got personal, and it led to JB jumping him, mugging him, busting him up. We don't know if that match is even going to happen now. So, excellent build for that one. I think about a 4-star build for that match, in my humble opinion. 4-star build. It could have been better some places it could have improved, but as far as the build for this match with the whole bounty thing and all that, it's a nice little twist to add in there and to make this thing even more perfect. And it gives RJ a chance to call JB's manhood into question again. And then, for the people that think, JB probably does have something to do with it, it leaves you to guess that if you have an answer. And in fact, I remember I was showing this match to like one of my friends. Like he doesn't really watch the channel like that, so. And like to people who don't really watch the channel like that, I'll show it to them. Be like, see what you think, whatever. And so I was showing it to him, and then he proceeds to ask me, well, wait, who's the heel? And the second he asked me that, I smiled from ear to ear, because with this, you can pick that one. Because I can see someone siding with either RJ or JB. Someone can side with RJ, and it's like, yeah, RJ got a point. JB is, does seem to be relying on Big Mac as a form of backup and whatever. But I can see people aligning with JB. Hey, that's your homie. That's your friend. That's his homie. That's his friend. You know what I'm saying? Of course he's going to have his back and whatever. So I can see anyone siding with either one of those two. Maybe more with JB after what RJ said to him, but that's a different story. But I think I loved the build for that match. I loved it. I think that's the match that people are the most hyped for, probably behind the Falcon Anywhere match. Just given the overall history for people that have been watching long enough. Those two matches right there are probably the two that people are most hyped for. The submission match and the Falcon Anywhere match. And from my money, that submission match delivered. It delivered in a big way, in my opinion. I really think it did. So, but I will, of course, leave that up to you guys. You guys will see the show. You guys will, I'm sure, have your critiques, have your positives, your negatives, and all that stuff. And I would love to hear it. In fact, when the show is released, I will ask you. In fact, I'm going to ask you guys now. When the show is released, when you guys finish watching the show, DM me. Either DM me your thoughts, your overall thoughts, your good, your bad, all that. Because we're going to do a post-release podcast as well. We're going to do a post-release podcast, and we're going to get you guys' feedback. I'm going to provide my feedback, my honest feedback. I think I said we're going to have J-Dog on here. I think I said I'm going to have him on here when I talk to him. If I did, we're going to have you on. If I didn't, if you want to join, you can. So we're going to do a post-show podcast, and we're going to talk about that openly, honestly, and like I said, I'm going to read you guys' comments. What are y'all thoughts? What are your reviews were on the show and everything, and whatever the deal. So feel free to drop that whenever the show is done, or DM it to me. So there you go. Alright, so that's last stand. I think overall you guys are going to, despite the lack of build for some matches, I think these matches delivered. It's going to be a little bit of an unorthodox show. It's going to be a little bit unorthodox. You'll watch and you'll see what I mean. It's going to be a little bit unorthodox, not your usual show. Not your usual show. But I think if you're a fan of storytelling, I think you're gonna love this show. If you are a fan of storytelling, I think you're gonna like Last Stand. I think Last Stand is gonna be a great one for you. So now, if you're looking for them 5-star classics, no, you still might like the show actually, because there were a couple of matches I thought slapped. So if you're a fan of storytelling, you're gonna love this show. If you're looking for every match to be a 5-star classic, you might not like this show that much. But if you stick around, it's going to be all worth it. So, that's my thought on Last Stand. And now, some of y'all probably already jumped to this point in the video given the timestamp in the description. But it's time for the Conquer All build. Let's get into this one. Conquer All will be emanating in-game from Atlanta, Georgia, and what should be a good night. This should be a good show. I'm looking forward to this one. This should be a good show. We have the... Let's get into it. We have the handicap match. Again, I'm not going in order. This isn't the show order. This is just... I'm just going off the cuff here. This isn't in any particular order here. Just going off the cuff, by the way. So, anyway. Handicap match. 8 Stone, JH3, and Lucian representing the Twisted Cycle face Forsaken in a 3-on-1 handicap match. Okay build for this. It was okay build. Because I think 8's promo always elevates things a bit. Because his are the most unique promos that I ever do. And plus I love doing it. It's fun. I have so much fun doing those promos with the music and stuff. It's cool. I love it. So during this build, you got to see Ace explain why he attacked Forsaken, which resolved in Forsaken not seeing the quote unquote bigger picture, and how Reaper, he felt that, or in their mind, they feel that Reaper turning on Forsaken was trying to make him a better man, and they felt Forsaken only turned on him and came back and wanted to fight him just out of jealousy, which y'all know wasn't the case, but in their jacked up minds, that's the reason why. So, since they felt that Reaper didn't finish the job and Forsaken wasn't seeing the bigger picture, it is their job to make Forsaken fade away in their book. So, Ace cost Forsaken a match. Lucian attacked him. I missed an opportunity to have J3 attack them. That would have sealed the deal there. So we missed that. I missed that opportunity. We got to see the Twisted Disciples a little bit more dominant than usual, which is good. I'm actually fine with that because some of you guys are probably thinking, well, how come we didn't really see Forsaken dominant? No, if you've been watching, you've seen his dominance. Okay, you've seen it. Either you've seen it or I hyped the mess out of it on commentary. One of the two. That's why I only gave Forsaken that go-home week to do it. That's why I gave him that go-home week, because people who have been watching for a while, they know this dude. They know how good this guy is. They know how dominant this guy is. Twisted Disciples, on the other hand, really haven't had that opportunity like that. So we got to see them do that against Weapons of Mass Destruction. We got to see them do that against Alexander Spike in that 2-on-1 handicap match. We got to see stuff like that, you know. So we got to see all that, and we got to. The only thing I wish is that I probably would have had Forsaken cut a promo, because I didn't want them touching. That was my thing. I didn't want them touching, because if they did, it would have been the case of, Forsaken. Well, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Other than the attacks that they did, I didn't want them touching. Hence why Forsaken and Chaos, they fought Austin and Jason, you know, just for the sake of it. They wanted to fight Austin and Jason just for the sake of it, and wham, there you go. But overall, decent build. I think if you kind of know the story, this is spanning from Armageddon, so if it's kind of if you've been watching around that time period, you'll most likely get where the Twisted Cycles are coming from. You'll understand that part. If you're brand new, you might. I'll definitely blow the thing out of proportion on commentary, but you might. You'll get it. I think I'll do a good job at explaining it on commentary for Conquer All. That way you get it. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Decent build. Not 3 stars. Doing good. Good build. Dave versus Monster, #1 contenders match. Winner faces Darren for the world title we'll get to that. So, winner faces, I say Darren because he's the current world champion. Winner faces world champion at whatever the pay-per-view is. At the next pay-per-view. Started good. Got better with Dave explaining why he did it. And the fact that he wasn't afraid of this guy. I should have had Monster retaliated. 2 things. I should have had Monster retaliated, #1. And 2, I should have had Monster and Dave have one last little interaction on the Go Home show. But I didn't do that. So, iffy on the bill. First, fine, and then it fell off. So, for one of the bigger matches, that could have been a little bit better. But we didn't need too much interaction between them at this point. So I was cool with that, right? At that point, I was just trying to focus on building Dave up and getting him ready. That's why he had the match with Destry. So I was trying to build him up and get him ready to go. Monster looked pretty good. He got a win over Darren. He got a win over the world champion. So both guys, they look pretty good. They're looking good going into the match. I just maybe wish I did just a little bit more to hype it up. But I think this was, again, decent build. Probably 2.5. As far as the build for this, it could have been better in some ways. Could have been better in some ways. You know what I mean? But I guess it is what it is as far as the build for that goes. Sean Wright versus Tyson Young for the All Out Action All-Star Championship. I actually like the build for this one. Again, spanning from Armageddon, because Tyson Young won the pre-show Battle Royal. He challenged Sean. I released that as a separate video, so if you saw it, there you go. I released that as a separate video, promoted it on Twitter and everything, so if you didn't see it, then well. But it was a thing of, you kept hearing me saying on commentary, you kept hearing me saying in the match card video of, is this a trap? Is Tyson just tricking him? Is Tyson just pulling the wool over his eyes, you know? And I think I did a good job of telling that story. With the backstage interaction between them, how Sean and Tyson actually teamed up in a match against Austin and Jason, how I think Sean was in the corner of Tyson whenever he had a match against Austin Wadlin one-on-one. So, decent build. Again, maybe I could have did something for the Go Home show. That probably could have been a good idea, but I'm happy with the build for that. If you know the story, you know what Tyson Young's about, you know, then you'll get it. But decent build. I like it. Good. I thought it was good. 3 stars for that build. What else? What's next? I forgot. Women's championship match. Carolyn versus Trish Stratus. I think the only place I can complain about the build was maybe that match is actually tying into a bigger story. The focus wasn't really on the match itself. If you pay attention, you can tell the build for that isn't really on the match itself. That match is going to be kind of used as a plot device to get somewhere else. You'll see what I'm talking about. So, Carolyn had this attacker that she wanted to reveal because week after week after week, quote unquote, week after week, whatever, different members of the AOA women's roster were being taken out. And Carolyn knows who it is. The problem is Trish wouldn't let her say who it was. So she interrupted her, got in her face. Trish got beat down for it. And so ever since then, Carolyn kind of remained hush-lipped. We saw her talking to someone. Y'all saw her talking to someone. I think Trish, the only thing I probably wish I should have did differently, and I could have did this on the go-home show, we would have been fine. I would have had just Trish maybe give her thoughts on the whole thing. That's it. That's the only thing I probably really felt I should have did differently. But I think other than that, I like the build. I like the build of that. So y'all can tell it's building to something different. But for now, good build. 3 stars. Hold on. Shaw vs. Tyson covered. Walter vs. Dave covered. Women's title match covered. I'm missing a couple of matches, aren't I? Yeah, women's title match covered. Did I cover everything? Women's title match covered? Oh. Right. Elimination Chamber match. The AOA. Oh, right. Handicap match. I already covered that. What? Yep, no, I covered it. I'm good. So, yeah, that's everything. And then, World Championship match. Elimination Chamber. Darren, Mac Wolf, James Black, Andrew Lance, A2J, AJ Styles. All 6 guys gunning for Darren in his World Championship. Now, I'm new at this. I don't think the build was great for this. You could probably find people who've done a build for an Elimination Chamber match better than I did. But for what it was okay. I think everybody looked good in some shape, form, or fashion. I think the way that match came about in the first place was epic. So, instantly from how the match was announced in the first place was epic. That was great. I had people get in the face of Darren over the next couple of weeks. And then tying into that, you also had the feud with Max and James Black. So there was that. Then there was the fact that Andrew Lance wasn't supposed to be in the match in the first place, but he goaded Alistair, and so he beat Alistair, and now he took his spot. So it was, I think there's a lot of stories at work here. A2J almost beating Darren, you can argue that. A2J looking, AJ Styles looking pretty good. Darren on top of in the game. Can he pull something out to win? The Black and Max feud that's intertwined in there. And then the history already between Darren and Andrew Lance. So, a lot of inner workings here. So, I think the match itself you all are going to like. But the build could have been a little bit stronger. Like, it didn't really feel like it was the main crock of the show. I kept mentioning it every time any one of those participants came out. So, I mentioned it. Could have maybe built it up a little bit more. Just a little bit. But for my first chamber build, because yes, this will be the first ever Elimination Chamber match in AOA history. Whoop-de-doo. I think it was decent. Could have been improved in some way, shape, form, or fashion, but decent, so 2.5. Decent build. And then there's Austin Wallace and Jason Wells versus Pac versus WMD. Given the little side rivalry that Wallace had with Pac-Man before, why not just reunite it here? And it gets Weapons of Mass Destruction back on the screen. So there you go. Enough said with that one, because it wasn't a whole lot of build going in to do that at all. So that was literally a last minute decision. Like I think I was actually about ready to go ahead and put stuff together to start recording the commentary, and then I realized, let's have this match on the card. It gets Weapons of Mass Destruction back on and everything. And y'all like WMD, right? And y'all like Pac-Man, because that boy, the gym, right? I can't do the voice justice. I really can't. But I think I did the best I could. So there you go. So I think overall with Conquer All, I think you guys are gonna like it. I think my personal matches of the night, I think Monsters and Dave is gonna be. I think those two have the best matches that they've had. Period, against each other. Elimination Chamber match you guys are probably gonna enjoy. Did something interesting with that women's match, you'll see. But I think overall you guys are gonna like that show too. It's more of, you guys are gonna like that show. I really do. I think you guys are going to enjoy what Conquer All has, because I take a little bit of a story approach, sort of, with that show too. And I got a couple of surprises in there that you guys really don't want to miss. So I think overall, Last Stand and Conquer All builds were fluctuate. I don't think it was great across the board, as y'all can tell. But I think what you guys are going to get, maybe despite some of the build, is going to be some good shows. I think Last Stand is real story oriented. You guys are going to dig it. I think Conquer All got a mixture, because you're going to get that story stuff, because I like that. But you're also going to get that good action that you guys love so much. Okay, I'm back. Am I recording? Yeah, okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys, I had to take a phone call real quick. But overall, I'm looking forward to getting these shows out to you guys. I really am. I'm looking forward to getting these shows out to you guys, because I think you guys are going to be in for a fun time full of all-out action and all-out revolution. So, if you guys would like, feel free to drop your thoughts on the build for the show down there in the comment section below. Feel free to give me your advice, opinions, if you agreed with my thoughts on the build, or if you disagreed even, because I know I'm my own worst critic. So if you agreed or disagreed with anything I said here, let me know down there in the comment section, and hope to see you guys for Last Stand, and Conquer All will be released hopefully next week. I might. Yeah, next week. No, screw it. We're just going to push it to next week. It's already Thursday at the time I'm recording this, so we're good. We're going to push it to next week. We're going to try to get it out by next weekend, so there you go. And then, as far as TNA goes, well, I'll get into work for that. I'm just going to get this stuff out and let them breathe for a minute. And then we'll get back on it with TNA. Deal? Deal. Alright, cool. Till the next time I see you guys, hope you all enjoyed. Be a boss, and I will holla at you guys later.